Norway is nothing like the Western world. Men will not approach you, there is no romance, there's no courtship. Do not expect that, because it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, it doesn't matter how well put together you are that day. Men might look at you, but they will not approach you. They will not talk to you. Dating in Norway needs to be studied. I feel like it's a crisis. I really do. It's terrible here. It is ghetto. Really, it is. Dating. But I think it's mostly like the city areas, but it's ghetto. Because they don't really talk to you. Like, having a negative mindset when it comes to dating in Norway, you will find yourself lonely for years because you're going to think that nobody wants you, and that's not the case. I realized that if you really want to meet someone as a black woman, because Norwegian men will find you intimidating because you're outside of the norm, and they don't know if you're going to be into them, and so they're very hesitant to approach you first. Be the first one to make the move. Like, it's okay. Like, I've made the move. It makes you stand out. It makes you be in control in the dating scene. You're on a dating app, don't be afraid to text them first. Like, that puts you up there in that moment if you really want to get to know someone and you're really trying to find like a relationship in Norway. Expecting them to text you first, they already find you intimidating because you're different than they are. They're not really sure what to say that will not make you feel offended, and they don't know if you would be into them. I have met some really sweet, nice guys, and for whatever reason it didn't work out. Take all the time you need, because it can create stress and sadness. I just implore you to just be open-minded, take the time you need, because interracial dating here, it exists, but the problem is that it's so little. Like, I don't see a lot of black women with Norwegian men in actual relationships, but the gag is they are interested in black women, so don't be afraid to try.
This is a female who resides in Norway and is trying to pursue a relationship in Norway. As you can see, it's not easy. But first, I want to hear about the people that are not foreign in those countries and how race affects them in that same country.
Being a black woman anywhere is hard, but especially in Scandinavia, I think, because as very socialist countries that focuses a lot on human rights, these countries have not really, especially Norway, has not taken their responsibility in systematic racism. We have never had a prime minister that openly admitted that we suffer from systematic racism, and so we're just flailing out here, trying to piggyback right off of the social justice movement, of the Black Lives Matter movement of the United States. But we've been doing that for a long time. Yeah.
I don't know how it feels to move to a foreign country and maybe not speak the language, only speak maybe English, not even speak English, not knowing anyone. I had the privilege to be born here, so I can tell you my experience from moving to Norway, because I haven't. But what I can do is tell you my experience with being a minority in a country which is prominently white. So, I will say from my experience, Norway is great. It is so open and it's amazing, but it's also very shit at times. As a country, I think most politicians lie a little bit about how great Norway really is. People have been saying that there's no discrimination, there's no police profiling, there's nothing like that. But there is. And there is statistics that there is. When it comes to discrimination, it happens all the time, everywhere. And we don't have a good enough law against discrimination that people actually get punished for it. It's very hard to get punished for discriminating or being racist towards somebody of a minority. Also, if you are outstanding, which minorities are because there's primarily white people, if you look different, you are very easy to be a target of bullying, which I've been growing up. So that's the only experience I can talk about my own.
What the experience is the byproduct of two different races having children. Not a lot of people really talk about the experiences that a lot of these biracial females go through in their own country. Meanwhile, black girls go to that country thinking they will have a better experience.
European countries as a black girl is so fun because the men here are flabbergasted. They're like, I've never seen a woman like you before. I'm like, yeah, probably not. I feel like a freaking goddess, bitch. I love being an exotic American. Literally going on a date with this boy tonight, and he's like, I had another date, but like I have to cancel, like I just have to see you, like you're so gorgeous. And I was like, stop. But also like, I mean, shit, it's a once in a lifetime chance, baby, because I'm going to Germany tomorrow. Some guy literally was like, how do I know you're not a catfish? And I was like, I don't know how to prove that, but like, flattered. I can't even be mad when people stare at me, because trust me, people have been staring at me this whole time I've been in Amsterdam, like hard. But I'm like, I get it. I get it.
See, black people, in particular, black females, they are enjoying being fetishized over, thinking that this is the best way to approach dating in these European countries, in these predominantly white countries.
I got matched on Tinder, and just kind of last minute, so we decided to like meet up and go for a walk. He said he was on his way home, and so I thought, why not? After we went for the walk, we were talking, you know, I was asking him, you know, what are you looking for? And he said that he was open to a relationship. That was the first red flag, because if they say they're open for a relationship and not I want a relationship, there's a big difference. Eventually we talked for maybe like, I don't know, maybe 1 hour, and then we decided to go somewhere else. The conversation was going really well. He was telling me about himself, what he liked to do. I was telling him the same, and so I thought we were on the same page. Should have known better. Right when he's about to drop me off, he popped this very big private question, and I was immediately like, okay, what is this gonna be about? He made sure to shed light that it was going to be a very, very private question, and then I knew at that point that, yep, that was the second red flag. When he ended up asking the question, I had to clock him immediately and let him know that I think that kind of conversation is too early, and if he's looking for something casual, I am not the girl. He decided to say that he didn't meet any harm, he was just asking because he's just that kind of person, and he's just very open in that way. He said, and I quote, I'm just a very open and sexual person. That should have been like the other big red flag for me to say bye bye buddy. Eventually I brushed it off and decided that, you know what, it's okay, I'll give him another chance. I'm not gonna be too critical, because I'm that girl that likes to give chances. The next day comes and we're talking on Snapchat, and he's asking me, you know, are we going to go on another date? And I'm like, sure. We're talking, we're having a good conversation. I think things are going pretty well, and then things took a dark turn. Of course, I should have seen it coming with the questions that he had when we were on the date, but then I thought nothing of it because we were sending pictures of the food that we were making for dinner the night before. So we're on Snapchat having a conversation, normal conversation, and then he goes into the same thing that we talked about on the date that I thought was too much and too soon. I told him once more, if you want something casual, I am not the person. And by that time I felt like I was just being played for a fool. I get a message from Snapchat. I went to go check and I was shocked. But should I be shocked though? That's the question. Should I have been shocked? No, but I was. I checked my phone. He sent me nudes. In that moment I felt just frustrated, like I could have slapped myself, because I kind of saw this coming. It's my fault though. So after that I told him that, listen, it's clear that you don't want a relationship and this is a joke to you. And then I blocked him on Snapchat and I blocked him on Tinder, and I never saw him again. What's the moral of the story? Be careful out there, and what the fudge.
I'm not surprised what happened. What's surprising is the fact that she actually believes there is a chance that when you go to these European countries, they'll be attracted to you as a black female. And this goes back to what I'm saying about black people, in particular, once again, black females are beginning to romanticize what it's like to be fetishized by other races. A lot of these interracial relationships are stemmed from fetishizing the other person, the female. And this is why the children get the bare end of the stick. But black females hate themselves so much that they want to be fetishized over and want to call it love, want to call it a man providing, want to call it a man being there for you. They see other black females with white men, Asian men, and think that that is something to aspire to be like, but they are just comfortable being fetishized in those relationships. And she is starting to witness it for herself in Norway, how she is truly seen. And the fact that she will still try and hype up black females to go to these countries and not feel a certain type of way and that there's a chance is a lie. You have to be realistic, especially to your audience. You have to be honest about the experience that you're feeling, because it actually contradicts the people that are actually from that country who are not even fully black, but they are also struggling. Meanwhile, you're a foreigner. There's a lot of dishonesty when it comes to these passport sis that travel to these countries and sell a lie to black females. Majority of black people, black females, want to go to these foreign countries where it's predominantly an opposite race, and somehow majority think that you're all gonna find someone. It's absurd. The fact that majority of black females think that they're gonna go to these predominantly white countries, Asian countries, and you're all going to find someone, that's not going to happen. I'm your hostess, Remnant Princess. These are my last thoughts. What I gather a lot with black females who travel is they are pursuing relationships. Now, I know people under the comment are saying, you know, they're there for education, they're there for other reasons, but that's where passport bros really actually originated, is men traveling to these other countries for economic purposes, but pursued a relationship in their travels. Now it's become a whole thing where it's just focused on the dating aspect of it. But it doesn't change that you're traveling to A, B, and C and pursuing a marriage, a relationship. The results of that now, we're starting to see, isn't really that great. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!